The following audio is via a Skype call.
You are listening to Animal Soul Wisdom Radio, tapping into wisdom of our animals, angels, and masters with Darcy Pariso. Tune in monthly to learn how you can better understand your animals and deepen your relationship. This hit show calls attention to the many roles animals play in our lives. Through stories and insights, Darcy shares how animals assist us in raising our consciousness and fulfilling our soul's purpose. These busy healers help us with transitions and challenges, love us, and want us to have more joy in our lives. Are you ready to see yourself through your animal's eyes? Learn how they're helping you and walk through life with more ease and grace? Working with ancient healing practices, Darcy can guide you and provide inspiration to move forward. To learn more, go to darcypariso.com.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Darcy Pariso, host of Animal Soul Wisdom. Every month, I'm going to be sharing stories, personal experiences, and ways to help you understand your animal companions and to deepen that relationship. I'm an animal communicator, an energy healer, a teacher, and a medium. And I'm very excited about today's show. We're going to be talking about some amazing animal stories and giving you the inside scoop. And I have a very special guest and my dear friend, Stacy Lewis, joining me today.
Hello, Darcy. Thank you.
So, Stacy, if you haven't listened in before and maybe heard one of our previous shows, Stacy is the founder of Centaur Development Wellness Ranch, and that's in Snohomish, Washington. It's about 40 minutes north of Seattle. And after 18 years as a life coach, Stacy took her love for horses and she created an unconventional equine facilitated learning program to help her clients develop, explore, and materialize their life passion. So she's been doing this with businesses, spiritual organizations, and both children and adults. And when she's not working, which I don't know, are you ever not working? You have horses?
I'm never working. I'm always playing.
Okay. But she lives on her ranch, and she offers some really fun workshops that are often life-changing. And I can tell you from personal experience that that is very true. So, again, welcome, Stacy.
Thank you.
Can you give us like an example of some things that might come up in the coaching and?
Yes. Working with horses gives you the opportunity, what I found. So like in my coaching without horses, it takes probably a good month to really get down to the issues right away. But working with horses, you never know what's going to happen when the client comes into the arena with the horses. It's open, and it cuts away that people-to-people interaction and has animals. So in one of my last sessions, two friends came, and very close friends, and they were just grooming the horses and petting them. And then I said, lean into the horse and see what kind of message you can get from the horse. And it was very quiet time. One woman actually started crying, and she said, I've had so much grief about my dad and the way he died, and I wasn't able to be with him. And Ella just sent me and Ella is one of my main coaches, my main horse coach. She was sending messages from her father saying, this is where he is. He's, on a beautiful ranch. Her father loved horses. And so that was some healing that took place that she didn't know that needed to take place when she came. And you kind of want to see that really works. And there's a lot of different stories like that.
I love that. Yes, I love that. I can feel that too. Please keep going. I love this.
And another story, in the workshop, remember, Darcy, we did a workshop last spring, animal communication. A woman came to our workshop, and she was a little hesitant, not sure she needed to be there. Her friend's like, yeah, you need to go to this workshop. So she came down to the arena, and we had 3 horses in the arena, Guy, Ella, and Ruth. And Ella took this participant, and they went away. And it was out of character for Ella. Remember, she likes to be with the people and in the center.
We all saw it. We said, look, what are they doing? There's something really magical going on over there.
Yeah. And then the woman had to leave early, so she left, and we had no idea what was going to happen. We weren't even sure she was going to come back for part 2. But she came back for part two, and she said she had an amazing experience. She had a horse that passed, and Ella was sharing the message from that horse that passed. She said the other horse actually walked into Ella's body, and Ella became that horse for her, and she was able to tell her goodbye. So there's a lot of healing with grief that seems to happen in these workshops that you don't know you necessarily have. That's going to.
And I've had that experience firsthand also with the grief coming up with Ella. And also I've had a lot of experiences in this last just a couple of years of animals, maybe even 3-4 years of animals sharing bodies. And I mean, what a wonderful, loving thing to do to help somebody to heal. And I don't know who else could do that other than our animals.
Yes.
So,
and having a relationship with those animals and seeing how I can help relay the messages the animals are giving to the people through my intense relationships with my animals.
Yes. And, we didn't talk about how we met. So Stacy and I, we actually met through an animal communication class. And then I went out to talk to her horse, Ruth. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Ruth. I got Ruth when she was 4 months old, and she was definitely spirited. And I thought, I'm going to train this horse. And I'm going to try, to train her not in the conventional where you, quote, break a horse, but really create a partnership with her. Well, any of you who know about horses know that's a tad bit of a problem because horses, they can really dominate a person and be dangerous. So leading Ruth down to the arena, she would rear, try to strike me. She was not having any of my, let's be buddies and let's be friends. And so I felt quite unsafe with her. So I was telling Darcy about her, and Darcy came out and gave me some serious messages about Ruth. Can you want to share with us?
So from what I remember, a lot of things come through me, and I remembered bits of it, but I do remember that Ruth was very frustrated and that she didn't want to be handled in any of the traditional ways, and she wanted to be free. She showed me images of being a horse, being with Stacy, and having this really, really tight, close connection.
In a past life.
Yeah. Yes. And during that time, they were just so in tune to each other that they moved in harmony. They knew each other's thoughts. They just, operated as one. And that's what she wanted in this lifetime. So to be in this regimented life and to, have to live anywhere other than being free was really frustrating and difficult for her. And she pretty much, she dug her hoof in and said, I'm not doing it. Yeah. And I think she was doing some biting too, wasn't she?
It was interesting because when I was having the call with you, I was down in the arena actually with Ruth, and she was responding to what we were saying. And so in my relationship with her today, it totally helped the aggression she was feeling. And we have moved forward. She's 5 now, and she's an amazing partner. She still doesn't like to be on halters and told what to do in that way. But when I ride her, it's just a freedom we have. And it's lovely knowing that partnership I can have with her that you helped through your animal communication. And so then we got so excited about animal communication. So now we're doing workshops with the animals.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. And the horses, they're just such concrete examples of what can happen.
They are. And I remember that with Ruth, she started off feeling just angry and frustrated and almost like, I don't even want to be here. And, and just totally turning around. And when I go up to Centaur Development Wellness Ranch now and I see Ruth, she's a different horse. She's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to be talking more about that. And there was another horse that, maybe we can just mention is this horse. Her name is Guy. And
going to past life experiences.
Yes,
Past lives. So Guy just lives with me, and his owner is a friend of mine, and so she comes out, and she was not having a good relationship with Guy. She was really worried about him. She was scared of him, which is weird because she's a pretty good horse person.
Yes.
And so Darcy said, in a past life,
I remember this part. Yeah. So the horse really stood up. He just stood out and said, this is who I am, what I can do. I want to participate in these workshops. I can do this and this and this, just like all the other horses. And he really wanted his person to see who he was. And almost there was a little bit of a defiance, almost like, look at me. And she was really stunned by what she saw. This was not the horse that she knew. And what I saw was a past life where they had been together, and she was thrown and in a tragic accident or injury that left her in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. But anyway, we have to take a break. More to come, more stories to come. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back shortly.
Space of Allowing Radio with Coach Nancy Coco, welcoming all that wants to be present today. Tune in Thursdays every first and third week at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com as Coach Nancy helps you find a space of allowing. Join Coach Nancy to explore what lives at your edges and to bring more of yourself home. For more information, visit NancyCocoCoaching.com.
Healing has a ripple effect. One person's healing affects everyone around them. This is where the power of sharing our stories can be so important. Tune in to Playing on the Edge Radio with Megan Edge each month on Transformation Talk Radio, as Megan provides you with ways of sustaining radical and powerful changes in your life. Enact the power of radical change. To find out more about Megan Edge, visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Love Living Radio Ignite Your Whole Being with Emily Perkins is a show for those looking to explore the sparkling magnificence of their inner selves. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific as Emily sheds a radiant light of love on the beauty and power that resides within you. Discussing love in all its forms through conversations that provoke awareness, curiosity, and expansion, Emily shares the unlimited power of love. For more information or to listen to this show, visit loveliving.holistics.com.
Conscious Confidence Radio, a timeless wisdom with Sarah Main. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio and join Sarah on an adventurous journey to the deeper level of meaning to move beyond today's world of constant change, confusion, and uncertainty beyond the shadow of fear. This hit show explores key concepts such as confidence, values, and attitude in a dynamic way. To learn more about Sarah and her work, visit sarahmain.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
The Empty Toolbox. Fire it up, fill it up, and flow it up with Meg Thompson. Tune in the first Wednesday every month, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in to engage in the 3 essential F's of an overflowing toolbox. If you are looking for strategies that work and how to implement them, the Empty Toolbox is for you. For more information or to listen to this show, visit megthompson.com.
So welcome back, everyone. This is Darcy Pariso and Stacy Lewis on Animal Soul Wisdom. We've been sharing some amazing stories about horses and past lives, and we're going to continue with that. And then a little later on in the show, we're going to be taking calls. So we'll give out that number a little bit later. But for now, we're going to jump back in where we left off. Stacy was sharing some stories about horses and her life coaching and workshops that we're putting on. So let's start. We were going to talk about Ella, your horse Ella. And this is how Stacy and I met.
Yes.
So
Ella's kind of the leader of all this, how she's bringing us to people. She is not a typical horse. I cannot ride her because she has a deteriorating bone disease. And so it puts her more at a level where she can like share people and feel the energy.
Yeah, you know what's really amazing about Ella is, and I had not heard this before, Ella had asked to be attuned to Reiki. And that was a new thought for me. I didn't realize that animals could be attuned to Reiki. I mean, of course they could, but I didn't know one that had asked. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes simply by living with us, they probably picked that up. But that was pretty interesting. But I met Ella because Stacy puts on an event. It's called Hug a Horse. And I had gone to Hug a Horse, and all these women were, had their arms around horses and feeling this wonderful healing horse energy. And as I approached Ella, I felt this energy just like push me back. And I went, wow, what was that? So I waited a few minutes and took a few more steps, and she whipped her head around and warned me, stay back. And in that moment, I felt like this little girl that wasn't chosen for the, kickball team or something. I went, wow, what's wrong with me? Everybody else is participating. Why can't I join? And Stacy came over and she said, what's going on? And I said, she's telling me to stay back. And then from there, Stacy kind of guided us. Ella eventually let me approach her and cautiously let me put my hands on her, but I didn't understand what that was about.
And do you remember that was all about past lives that you have had with Ella? And you were sharing with me that animals can be our teachers, but animals also need support in this lifetime, and they're also dealing with their issues. And
that was very much the case, because she started coming to me at 4 a.m, and she was showing me these past lives that we had together, and they were really, loving, wonderful, awesome, and that's great. And of course, that particular day, I was going up to Centaur Development Wellness Ranch to see Stacy, and I was really excited. And I think I might have even texted and said, wow, I just had these really cool lives come through with Ella. I'm really excited about it. But then on the drive up, she said, today we're going to clear you to your core. And I went, oh, I feel like I've been tricked. And when I got up to the ranch, Stacy guided me and said that, Ella wanted me to go down to the arena and work with her, myself one-on-one. And I knew it was going to be intense, so I grabbed 4 tissues out of the Kleenex box and went down, and I heard, you should have brought the whole box. And I knew, But Ella just started showing me, just so many lives that we had together, and a lot of them were very tragic. And I remember one where I was a Native American man, and I had my arm raised to the sky in victory, and all of a sudden, boom, my horse was shot. And I had to leave the horse there to die. There was no other option, and that horse was Ella. But there were just countless ones. And as we finished going through those, we started looking at my life now and things that I needed to clear. And at this point, Stacy came down and she said, why aren't you in the arena with Ella? Well, she had been trying to bite me in the past, so that was why. But do you want to pick that up?
So I
remember you said go in, and Ella had come over to the fence, and she was kind of gnawing at the fence and yawning, and Stacy was saying, she's releasing, she needs to release, and she needs you to go inside to help her, because it wasn't just a one-sided thing, of course. She was going through through this with me.
And it probably in the last 2 years, she's become really strong within her knowledge and wisdom. And, I don't know if you guys are like me a lot, but I want to know this stuff is true, but I'm always asking, please show me, verify that, we're not just all connecting with this animal through our imagination. Please verify that it's true. And some verifications that's happened is when she works with someone that she's doing healing on, she is exhausted afterwards. And then when she works with someone that is excited and they're moving forward in their life, she runs around the arena, remember? She plays. So her energy level is reflected. So we've learned to cut cords. Everyone that works with Ella, we do a sweeping of cutting the energy cords afterwards. And that really helps her. And so what Ella is to me, and I think what horses are to me and what they can be to the clients who come out to the ranch, are a validation of the stuff we internally know. We know it's right. We know it's real, but they're like real life tangible. This horse is showing me the way, and it's amazing.
And what a way to learn. I mean, if somebody were to tell you this, if you went to a counselor or to a psychic and you would get that information, that would be great. But to actually feel it and experience with an animal that you maybe don't even know, there's nothing like it. It's just so incredible. But that's who they are. And they're very, they're multidimensional beings, as we all are, but they live in these different worlds. It's easy for them to go to another realm or to go to the other side and be back and share bodies and have these experiences. And, we're just...
And to know our animal partners like we know them and be open to those experiences. And so that's one reason why horses are so fun, because they're so big. How can you, they've got these muscles. They could step on us. They could bite us. They could kick us. They don't have to engage with us. When my horses engage with us in the arena, they're free. I don't have halters on them. They come, they stand with us. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm tired of this energy, and they move on, and then they come back. And so to have that amazing mystical animal have free will, relate to you in the way they relate to you, is an amazing experience.
And they teach us how to live in the present. I was up at a Hug a Horse just recently, and a horse that I hadn't really worked with had been, coming to me and talking to me and saying that she wanted to be seen. And Z was, watching everything else happening and showing me this. And she was going up to my dog and kept kind of like nudging her with her lips. And I said, Stacy, what is she doing? And then her other horse, Ella, came and did the same thing. And it turns out that my little dog had a UTI. And they said there's something in here that's kind of spongy, or they were showing me these different things. And they were helping to heal it.
Oh, and they do that with people, too. One of our clients, remember, who came out, and she was with you and I at that time. And Ella was rubbing her all over in the stomach area. And we're like, what's happening? And so with what I know about my relationship with the horse, we could say something is happening here, and then go to that client and say, what's happening? And she had energy rearranged the day before through an energy healer, but it hadn't quite finished. So, and it was in her stomach area. And so Ella was just fine-tuning some of that. How cool is that Ella could respond to something that happened the previous day?
Yeah. Wouldn't you love to have, a pair of special magical glasses to be them for a day? See what that's like?
Yeah, that would be neat.
This might be a good time to tell everyone about our animal communication class on Sunday, October 28th.
Yes. Darcy and I, you can tell, we really enjoy working together. So on the 28th, we're having a workshop. We only have 8 people who, we like them very small, very intimate. And we only have 2 more spots left. And it's a hands-on interaction where you practice with horses how to communicate, not only with the horses in the arena, but with your animals as well.
Yeah, and what I love about it is that we get to really play, and we have a format, but we go where we need to go. So we might start off by practicing, learning about maybe your strongest abilities. Do you hear things, or do you sense things, or hear, or feel, know? How do you get your information? So we'll practice sending and receiving information with others in the group, and, reading gestures, body language, and there's just so many things, but we get to do some fun exercises like a guided meditation that allows you to go into an animal's body and feel what it's like to be them. And people have some really amazing experiences.
I remember at one of our classes, it was like this summer. It was hot. We were sitting outside on the deck, and it was very hot. And one of our participants was saying, I don't know, I'm just getting Christmas. I'm getting Christmas music. And we were doing a reading on one of the dogs that wasn't even at our class. It was, remember, one of the participants' dogs. And the dog loved Christmas. The owner actually wrapped little treats in Christmas paper so she knew which present to go to. And that somebody was getting that, and, someone new to animal communication was getting Christmas. Like, what's Christmas doing in July? And it was an actual tangible experience and why that was happening. And she got validation on her new intuition of communicating with animals.
And another important lesson that happened there is a lot of other people spoke up. 2 or 3 others said, I got something like that too, and I heard this and I heard that, but they didn't trust it. They didn't say it.
Yeah.
So they learned to trust, because really the strangest things that you hear are usually the most accurate.
Yeah, and the first thing you hear.
Yes.
The first thing you hear. When we try to put our own filters on what we hear, that's when we usually start messing them up a little bit.
Yeah, have no expectations.
And so we find that in these workshops.
Yeah, and you learn a lot about yourself in the workshops. So it really helps you to build confidence and to trust what you're getting and just to be open, whatever happens, because it will build.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you can join us, it's at Centaur Development Ranch, Snohomish County, and everything is on Stacy's website.
Which is, you can find that at Centaur, that's Centaur, development.com, or you can call me at 206-948-4026.
And my website is darcypariso.com, DarcyPariso, darcypariso.com. So we're up against our break time again, so we're going to see you in the next segment. And please feel free to call in if you have any questions for Stacy about horses, about yourself, about your animals, and we both would be happy to jump in or chime in as needed. And I think I'm going to ask Benny to give you that number.
I can do that. Before I start my music, let me back that up for a minute. It's 800-930-2819, 800-930-2819. So we'll be right back.
When we said goodbye, the world turned a darker shade. The dust settled down, stones changed color in the rain, but dark clouds, they
Darcy Pariso is your connection to spirit, energy, and healing. You can meet Darcy in person at upcoming events throughout Seattle. Do you have questions about your animal companions, yourself, or do you desire to communicate with loved ones on the other side? Darcy will connect you and get answers. Darcy can also work with energy healing to help you and your animal companions feel more balanced and recharged. Visit darcypariso.com/events.
High-frequency healing for an amazing life with Source Light Radio. Join host Laura Barton each month on Transformation Talk Radio as she explores Source Light integration, a unique spectrum of energy, light, and frequency. Experience instantaneous healing and amazing shifts in consciousness with Source Light Integrations Radio. For more information on Laura and her work, visit sourcelightintegrations.com.
Stay juicy. Tune in to Your Juicy Love with me, Una Drake, co-hosting monthly with Dr. Pat, and every second Monday at 12 p.m. on Transformation Talk Radio. My show, Your Juicy Love, helps you find the dynamic, life-affirming love you've always wanted. Transform your relationships and bring peace, joy, and juicy, juicy love to planet Earth. For more information, visit unadrake.com.
Demystifying the journey on From Here to There Radio with your host, Diane Garris. Tune in every third Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com as Diane helps you get from where you are now to the life you envision. Get ready to get unstuck and move forward. Every show features a new special segment, New Age Notes, demystifying hot metaphysical topics of the day. For more information or to work with Diane, visit DianeGarris.com.
Have you ever heard of the 90-10 rule? It goes like this. 90% of the time, no one is thinking of you. 90% of the time, everyone's thinking about themselves. And if you think of it like that, it takes the weight off because now you're not being judged. I'm Megan Edge. I'd love for you to join me on Playing on the Edge Radio, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Radio FM.
A word of caution, if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
sunlight hit my skin. I looked up and saw a new beginning now. 'Cause we came too far to give
Welcome back, everyone. This is Darcy Pariso and Stacy Lewis on Animal Soul Wisdom.
Hello.
We're talking about amazing animal stories, past lives, animals sharing bodies, and anything else that comes up. And also, if you have any questions for us, you can call us at 1-800-930-2819.
Or any stories you'd like to share.
Yes, please do.
We'd love to hear some of your stories.
Yeah. So we were talking about animals in past lives and how, it can go both ways. It made me think of some dogs that I've worked with that have terrible fears of loud noises, of fireworks. And what I've often found that they are tied to past lives. And in one case, the entire family lost their lives, including the animals, in a fire. And the house was struck by lightning. So that dog was very traumatized, and we had to do, a fair bit of energy work. So there's often, things behind the physical bodies and emotions and all those things. But another thing that has been happening in my life, which is kind of magical, is I've had animals coming in and sharing bodies. So what that means for me, or a story that I'd like to share with you, is a friend asked me to care for his dog for several weeks. And this dog's name was Jupiter, a black poodle. And the second day that I had Jupiter, I realized I kept calling him my dog Griffin. I kept saying, I have a dog, Kobe. I kept saying, come on, Kobe and Griffin. And the second day I said, I don't know why I'm calling you Griffin. And he said, I am Griffin. So, of course, I interrogated him. And he showed me that a large portion of Jupiter's energy was with his family on vacation, meeting that part of the family that was in Europe. And so that was a great opportunity for him. And then on the flip side of that, my dog Griffin very much wanted to come in because my daughter was coming home from Europe, and I had family visiting from the Midwest, and it was kind of a family reunion. And so Griffin very much wanted to be here. And in fact, it was Griffin was instrumental in bringing my daughter home because she was on the fence with a lot of commitments. And one night before bed, he said, she needs to come home. And once this all came to light that he was with us, everything, it just worked out perfectly. And all the things that Griffin told us he wanted to do, he was able to do those in Jupiter's body. So that was really fun because he always said, I'm going to come back and be a big dog. He was maybe a 25-pound King Charles Spaniel, yes. And he came back to like a 70 or 80-pound standard poodle. And so he always said, I want to run, and I want to go to the beach, and I want to swim in the water. So we did that. We took him to all those places, and he got to have those experiences.
Yes, animals just let us touch in with that spiritual realm, that weird, quantum physics realm of stuff we don't live in our day's life with our blinders on. So I think animals are amazing for that aspect.
They really are. And a funny thing was, my friend called me and said, what did you do to my dog? It's like my dog's not even happy to see me. What happened? And he just got back from, several weeks in Europe. So I didn't want to drop this on him. And then the next day I got a text and said, oh, he's back to his old self. He's fine. Because when he left, he didn't leave with his dog. He left with mine. So anyway, that was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that we have a caller. So we're ready to take Shelley, who's on the road.
Yeah, Belly. Shelley is on the road. She'd like to join us and have a question about her cat. Hi, Shelley. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have a cat named Winthrop, and I call him Winnie, and he's been having these asthma attacks, and they've been more frequent. And I would like to know if I've been doing, every time he does have an attack, I've been doing some Reiki on him, but he's been acting kind of off. So I would like to know if there's anything that you might be able to tell me.
Okay. How old is Woody, and what is his color? Winnie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Winnie is an orange tabby, and he is 6 years old.
Okay. My first impression of Winnie is that there's something going on in his life, that there's something that he's frustrated about. And I feel that's in his energy. And I'm asking him, is it simply you're frustrated about the breathing? But it feels there's something underlying behind it, and it feels like it's definitely has an emotional tie to it. Have you had a change in your life?
Well, I was gone for 3 weeks out of the country, and when I came home, both of my cats, I think they were very excited to see me, but I think they were also very upset. And I explained to them before I left what was going on. Whether I was able to communicate that, I don't know. But all I know is when I came home, they were just not happy.
Yeah, I see that. He feels to me where he's not upright, like he's off to the right, like he's off center, and like something's not right, he's off center. And this breathing, it's going to, I don't know, this seems to happen with shows or with situations, but it feels like it goes to past lives. And I feel like a tightness in his chest, like a difficulty in getting air in. And but I see him in a barn being locked in, not being able to breathe well. But it feels like there's an activation here, and it can be released. I'm asking why the Reiki didn't work. I think the Reiki really helped, but if you could have a conversation with Winnie and tell him that anything that you're experiencing that's not here in the present, we're asking you to let this go. We can do this now, I guess. To let this go and to release that was then and this is now. And it feels like he has been bringing up, like there's 2 or 3 things that he's bringing up. I keep feeling like one came up, the next and the next, and there's and that he's letting go of some things that he's been carrying both for himself and for you. And because there's an ebb and a flow between you, like a ribbon, a cord between the two of you. So okay. if you look at something that that you've been working on this year, or that you're moving into, like the changes that you're going through? Because it feels like you're going, I see like this up and down, like these changes you're going through, like curves, like hills or bumps up and down, and he's going there with you. And he doesn't know what to do with this. So we're going to ask him, Winnie, so let Shelley work with you with Reiki and let it go. Just let it release. Send it down your grounding cord. Let it all go. You don't need to carry this. You brought it up to her attention. You're safe. You're back. You're present. You're with Shelley, who loves you. I feel like there's one more aspect to this, and it's going to be piggybacking. So I think that you can keep sending Reiki, and you'll help release this. Ask anything that is tied to it be released with it. Because I keep hearing the word piggyback.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Are you doing something differently right now, Shelley? Is there something more coming up for you?
Yes, there is. I'm going through my own energetic changes, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but I've been up and down like a yo-yo, a lot of crying. The energy seems to be very intense for me right now, and balancing that. Also, I think being out of the country and coming back. I was in a Madagascar, and on this island. So I think that my shift from there to here, I think the way it feels is like I've been through that I'm at times in this quantum where I'm half here and half out. Does that make sense?
And what was the very last part? I didn't hear. It feels like you were in a what?
In the quantum.
Okay.
Like I'm here, and then I feel like I'm here, and then I go somewhere.
Oh, I understand that. A lot of people are going through that right now, and I've had a crazy year myself. But as you're talking, I see you like your head leaning to the right, like you're off that way, like you're off kilter, trying to bring yourself back to center. But you're not going to go back to center because that center is changed. So this leaning over to the right that your kitty is experiencing, the same with you, you're coming back to a new way of being. And so it's both of you going through this together. So I think that it would be helpful for you to do some kind of grounding and energy work yourself, but not on yourself, if you could have somebody take care of you. Because I want to just swaddle you in a baby's blanket and say it's okay, and Winnie will be there with you. Yeah, because they go where we go, and anytime we go through a change, it impacts them somehow, and it's usually in a part of the body that might be a little compromised, or that has some spiritual meaning behind it. But Winnie with his asthma feels like it's, I don't know what to do with this, and I can't breathe, and just kind of just up and down, like almost wanting to hyperventilate, but then trying to get air and not just knowing what to do. But as you settle into things, so will he.
And what I have found when Darcy works with my animals and gives me just the information, Shelley, just that information you have, that's probably going to help Winnie right there.
Yeah.
And I believe it will, because often it's just, airing it. It's like talking to a girlfriend and saying, this is what's going on with me, and you feel better. Or this is what he sees and I see, and then there's more awareness that's coming up. But because I felt like there was one more thing that you're going through, like you're not done yet. And even though your cat will start feeling better, having that conversation of saying, we're going through a lot of things. It's kind of a roller coaster and a little wild right now, but things will settle down. And I would like your help in staying as grounded and as present as you can, because I want you to, to be happy and strong and comfortable in your body, healthy. And that's, if you can be that role model for me, I can come back to my new center, my new place, because you are removing the layers and finding that new core person of who you are, which is really beautiful.
Well, this has been very, very helpful. Thank you very much. I feel really good. It's like I'm clapping my hands in the car and putting my hands back down on the wheel. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Shelley, and thank you for calling. And if I can help you again, or Stacy, please call back or check out our websites.
I sure will. Thank you, ladies, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Shelley. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So is it time for a break?
Yes, we're right at the last one.
Okay, great. Thank you.
My face above the water.
Hi, I'm Shelley Ryan, host of Your Next Chapter Radio. When you're ready to start a new chapter, take time to get clear about what it is that you want your next chapter to look like. Imagine what you'll be doing, who you'll be with, where will you be, how will you feel when you get what you want. This could be your dream job, finding your love, retirement, a balanced life, a healthy fit body, whatever you're looking for. Create a crystal clear picture of exactly what it is that you want. Then write your vision down in as much detail as you can and read it as often as you can to remind yourself of your what. You don't have to be concerned about how you'll make this happen. You just need to be crystal clear about what it is you want. If you stay focused on your what, watch God and the universe show you opportunities for how to take action and make it happen. If you need help getting clarity around your what for your next chapter, you can reach me at www.yournextchaptercoaching.com.
Are you ready to create a life you'll really love? Then you'll want to tune in to the hit show Life Design Radio, From Adversity to Awesome with Susan DiLorenzo, live each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. No matter where you are in your adversity story, Life Design Radio has got you covered. Get ready to feel inspired, enlightened, and motivated. For more information about working with Susan, visit SusanDiLorenzo.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
What is a brilliant culture, and how do we create them? Why are they important? Claudette Rowley has created a breakthrough 5-step process to help you align your culture with your business strategy for exceptional results. Looking for a culture that drives organizational excellence? Listen to Cultural Brilliance Radio, the second and fourth Friday of each month at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio. To learn more or work with Claudette, visit culturalbrilliance.com.
Ignite your inner magic on Grow Your Soul Radio with Jane Matanga. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Jane Matanga explores how to overcome your fears to help you gain the inspiration you need to awaken your path to joy. Learn the way to life mastery and the enlightened path with Grow Your Soul Radio. For more information on Jane Matanga and her work, visit enlightened-path.com.
And it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around, slowly drifting.
Welcome back to Animal Soul Wisdom. Darcy Pariso and my guest today, Stacy Lewis. And this show just flies by. So having said that, Stacy's got a story that she wanted to share.
You know, with Shelley and the last caller, when the whole time she was talking, I just was how Darcy was saying, well, this is an issue that maybe you're going through, Shelley, and the cat is representing that. That reminds me of, I have eczema sometimes. And Ella gets really, really bad rash on her stomach. And have you ever noticed, Darcy, that when you have an illness, that animal reflects that illness, or that you're tied in with them somehow? And so in looking for cures to these illnesses, I know Ella's stomach is so bad. I have this garden, and it's full of lemon balm. And I thought it was mint, because I'm not a very good gardener, but it didn't smell right. And one of the participants in one of our classes was helping with Ella's stomach and, just rubbing it for her. And she's like, do you have any lemon balm? And my God, I have like a whole garden full of lemon balm. And she's like, rub lemon balm on her stomach with aloe vera. And I started doing that to Ella's stomach. I started doing it to my skin. And we're both pretty healthy skin-wise right now. And that is how the universe put the lemon balm on my property. I didn't even know what it was for. And that's why it kind of takes, they say it takes a community to raise a child. It takes a community to get the messages we need from our animals, from other people, and different ideas.
They do that for us, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so wonderful and so special, because it's things that we couldn't see, and they're mirroring and putting it right in front of us, and they're teaching us in some ways. Something happens that you think is maybe a disaster, and you went, wow, good thing that happened, or something really awful might have come my way. So yeah, they do that for us. They step in, take one for the team sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that I do invite the audience again to our class, because this is not only in the class do we communicate with, Darcy, we learn about animal communicating with Darcy, and then we go down to the arena and we take our practical applications that we learn, but we also create a community with the other students, and they come up with different ideas, because the woman who talked about lemon balm was a student in one of my classes. And so you never know what you're going to get from each other, but the community we create and the knowledge that you share and the experience of my life coaching and the horses, it's a class really like no other animal communication class.
It really is. It really is. And Stacy is, she's so calm and steadfast, and she guides us through everything with just such love, and let you find your own way. And
thank you.
It's the same thing that your horses do. So it's really wonderful. And there's relationships that deepen, people's hearts open, they see things in a new way, they have aha moments. And I feel like I don't know if I want to say we're teachers. Yes, we are. A lot of people are teachers. Animals are certainly teachers, but we're working together as a group, and we all learn from each other. And we encourage everyone to share what they've learned and what they've experienced, because we all grow and learn from from each other.
And we all have the ability almost, I think, to communicate with, we all have our intuition. We all kind of know, even Michelle, she knew her cat was off, that's communication right there. And so we learn to fine tune it with exercises that you've created that, so again, if you want to register for the class, go to my website, centaurdevelopment.com, and you'll see events, and it's pretty easy to register there.
So it's CENTAUR, Centaur Development Wellness, or centaurdevelopment.com. Okay. Yeah, it's really a fun class, and there's only 2 spots open. We only take 8 so that we can really have those personalized experiences. And also, Stacy's Ranch is it's healing in itself. It really is. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's in rural Snohomish. It's fairly easy to get to.
Yes, it is. So
again, that's going to be October 28th. It's from 10 to 4. And we're going to have snacks and water for you, and bring your own lunch.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know we just have a couple of minutes. I'm not sure if we have time to bring up anything else. I wanted to mention something about animals when we talk about how amazing they are. One thing that I've experienced, and I've had this happen several times, and I just absolutely love it. And I want to share it because I want people to be aware and kind of be on the lookout for it a little bit. So one day I was at the dentist having my teeth cleaned, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 here comes my 2 little dogs and my cat in front of me going, "Oh, what are you doing? Don't ever do that to me. You do the strangest things." And and this is like one of the first times I knew that they could pop in so easily and kind of travel with me. And I was trying so hard to not laugh. Here I'm having my teeth scraped and thinking if they only knew what's going on right behind them, they would, they just die. But anyway, that was really fun. And also, I was in a meditation group once, and we start to meditate, and there they are again, boom, boom, boom. And they said, I asked them, "What are you doing here?" And they told me, "You took our toys, and we wanted to find out what you're doing with them." And that particular time, we were working with psychometry, where we would share an object with someone else and then try to read the energy from it or whose it was, and just anything that we got. And that night when I left my house, I thought, my animals are outside and maybe somebody will want to try this. Well, I'll just take these toys. They won't know. They won't miss them. Boy, was I wrong. And there they were. So watch out for all those special things. Because, they do. They make our life really magical.
They do. And then they just pop up. Like even when I was talking to you this morning, Darcy, I got a new kitten, and she showed up. And I just see her little round face, and she's like, "Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is going to be an interesting life I'm living with you." And
and I looked at her eyes and said, "Whoa, she's really wise. She's going to be another really phenomenal healer at your ranch."
Yeah.
You can see that in her. You can see her soul through the eyes. Yeah. So before we end today, I wanted to ask you, what is your message? Would you like me to go first?
Okay.
Well, with this conversation today and the show, I would like to encourage everyone to be open to the possibilities that are all around you.
And mine would be trust in the messages we get, not just from animals, but just from the universe. Trust in those messages. And if you have to ask for clarification on what is that, prove to me that it's right, set up little maybe tests and see if they happen.
Yeah, there's lots of fun stories about that. People doing just that and getting that validation. Yeah.
But in closure, again, should we say anything else about?
Well, we're wrapping it up, so just give us your website one more time.
Okay, it's Stacy. No, that's my email. My email is stacy@centaurdevelopment.com. To register for the class, which is going to take place Sunday, October 28th from 10 to 4 at my ranch in Snohomish, go to centaurdevelopment.com, or you can call me at 206-948-4026 if you have any questions. And again, we're only going to have 8 people, so we have room for 2 more people, and I'd love for some of you to register for that and experience Darcy and her magic and my horses. And
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. I loved having you on today. I love hearing the stories about Ella, Ruth, and all the horses. And
Thank you for having
I'd love to
me.
have you again. Darcy Pariso, you can contact me at darcypariso.com. Thank you again. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Animal Soul Wisdom Radio, tapping into the wisdom of our animals, angels, and masters with Darcy Pariso. Tune in monthly as Darcy shares stories and insights on how to better understand and deepen our relationships with animals. Working with light and ancient techniques, Darcy is here to guide you through the process and provide inspiration to move forward. For more information or to listen to this show, visit darcypariso.com.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.